Ethan Carter sat alone in the small shuttle as it drifted above the surface of the alien moon. He could see the gray rocks and glowing trees far below. He checked the control panel again. The lights were still blinking red. The engine was dead. He was stuck here until someone came to help him. He leaned back in the seat and took a deep breath. He had been on trade missions before, but this was the first time he was truly alone. His team was still on the main ship far above the moon, but the radio was dead too. Static was the only thing he heard when he called for help. After a few hours, he decided he could not wait in the shuttle forever. He grabbed his small pack, a water bottle, and a hand scanner. He opened the hatch and stepped out onto the moon's dusty ground. The air was thin, but safe enough to breathe. He pulled his jacket tighter and looked at the forest of glowing trees not far away. Ethan walked toward the forest. The light from the trees was soft and blue. It made the dark land look almost peaceful. He scanned the area, hoping to find some sign of life or shelter. The scanner beeped once, then stopped. There was something ahead. He pushed through the tall grass and found a narrow path. It looked like someone or something used it often. He followed the path until he saw a shape between the trees. It was a small stone hut, round with a strange symbol above the door. The door was half open, and a warm light shone from inside. Ethan called out, "Hello? Is anyone here?" He stepped closer, ready to run if needed. A soft voice answered from inside, "Come in, you are cold." He froze for a moment. The voice was gentle and calm. He pushed the door open and saw her. She was sitting by a fire pit in the middle of the room. Her skin was pale with a slight silver glow. She had long dark hair that fell over her shoulders. Her eyes were large and green, and they looked straight into his. "My name is Lyra," she said. "You are lost." Ethan nodded slowly. "Yes, my shuttle broke. I have no radio. I just need a place to rest." Lyra smiled. "Sit by the fire. I will bring you water." She stood and moved to the corner of the room. Her movements were smooth, almost like she was floating. She poured water into a small cup and handed it to him. Her fingers touched his for a second. They felt cold but soft. "Thank you," Ethan said. He sat on a flat stone by the fire. The warmth made him relax a little. He watched her as she sat across from him. She wore a simple cloth that wrapped around her shoulders and waist. She did not look dangerous at all. In fact, she looked kind and harmless. They sat in silence for a few minutes. Ethan drank the water slowly. He felt his hands stop shaking. He wanted to ask her questions, but he did not want to be rude. Finally, he spoke. "Do you live here alone?" Lyra nodded. "Yes, my people are far away now. I keep the old home warm." Ethan looked around. Strange symbols covered the stone walls. Small orbs floated near the ceiling, giving off a soft light. He pointed at them. "What are those?" Lyra looked up. "They are lights. They are alive. They keep the dark away." Ethan smiled. "They are beautiful." He tried to hide his fear. He had never seen anything like this before. He wondered if the rescue team was looking for him yet. Maybe Olivia had seen his signal fail. She would not stop until she found him. Lyra leaned closer. "You are hungry too. I will make food." She stood and went to a stone shelf. She picked some glowing roots and a few leaves. She placed them on a flat stone near the fire. Ethan watched as she crushed them with a round stone. A soft smell filled the room, sweet and warm. "Eat," she said, giving him a small piece. Ethan took it and tasted it. It was sweet and soft, like a fruit he had never known. He ate more. It made his stomach feel better. "Why are you helping me?" he asked. "You do not know me." Lyra looked at the fire. "You are kind. You came alone. You are not like the others who take and leave." Ethan felt a little sad. I only want to go home, he said. My friend will come for me soon. Lyra touched his hand. Rest here tonight. The forest is not safe at night. Ethan nodded. He knew he was too tired to walk back to the shuttle now. The fire made his eyes heavy. He felt safe here, even though he knew he should not trust too easily. He looked at Lyra again. She smiled softly at him. Her eyes glowed in the light. He lay down on a blanket she gave him. The stone floor was hard, but the warmth made it better. He closed his eyes and listened to the soft sound of the fire. Lyra sat beside him, humming a soft tune. It was strange but beautiful. Before he fell asleep, he thought about home. He thought about Olivia and the crew. He hoped they would find him soon. He did not know why, but he felt like he was falling into something deeper than just sleep. He wondered if he would wake up the same person in the morning. The last thing he saw was Lyra's green eyes watching him in the dark, soft and full of secrets. Ethan woke up slowly. He felt warm, but his head hurt. The fire was still burning, and soft light filled the small room. He looked around and saw Lyra sitting near the wall. She was watching him with her big green eyes. She did not look away when he opened his eyes. He sat up and rubbed his head. How long did I sleep? He asked. 1 cycle, Lyra said. You were very tired. The forest takes your strength. Ethan did not understand what she meant, but he nodded. He felt weak and hungry again. Lyra stood and brought him more water and some more of the sweet roots. He ate slowly. The taste was good, but something about it felt strange. He tried not to think too much about it. When he finished eating, he looked at the walls again. The symbols seemed to move in the soft light. He got up and touched one of them. It felt warm under his fingers. What do these mean? He asked. Lyra walked to him and stood close. They are old words. They tell our story. Ethan looked at her. What story? Lyra did not answer right away. She reached out and touched the symbol. It glowed under her hand. We came here long ago. We hid from the sky fires. Now we stay in the dark. Ethan did not know what to say. He wanted to know more, but Lyra turned away. She walked to the fire and added more glowing stones. The fire burned brighter. She looked at him over her shoulder. You should not go far. The forest has eyes. Ethan felt a cold chill run down his back. What do you mean? Are there animals? Lyra smiled, but it did not reach her eyes. No animals. The forest is alive. He did not like that answer. He thought about Olivia and the ship far above. He hoped they were looking for him. He needed to find a way to talk to them. He checked his hand scanner again, but it was dead too. Maybe the strange air damaged it. He sat by the fire and tried to think. Lyra sat next to him and touched his shoulder. You are safe here. Do not worry. Rest more. I can't stay here forever, Ethan said. I need to fix my shuttle. My friend Olivia will come for me. Lyra looked into the fire. Who is Olivia? She is my friend. She is smart and strong. She will find me. He hoped his words were true. He needed to believe it. Lyra said nothing. She moved closer and rested her hand on his arm. Her touch was cold but gentle. You are safe with me, she said softly. Ethan nodded, but inside he felt a small fear. He looked at her face. She looked so calm, but there was something behind her eyes, something hidden. He tried to stand, but his legs felt heavy. Are you tired? Lyra asked. Sleep more. The night is long. Ethan shook his head. No, I need fresh air. I will go outside. Lyra stood quickly. No. Her voice was sharp for the first time. Stay inside. The dark will take you. Ethan stepped back. I just need air, he said again. Lyra touched his face and smiled again, but her eyes were cold. Rest, please. I will watch over you. He felt too weak to fight. He sat down again and closed his eyes for a moment. He thought about the shuttle and the stars above. He needed to find a way to send a signal. He could not stay here forever. While he rested, Lyra moved around the room. She hummed the same soft tune. Ethan watched her through half-closed eyes. She picked up a bowl with strange black liquid and placed it near the fire. She whispered to it in her own language. Ethan could not hear the words, but they made his skin feel cold. He turned his head and looked at the symbols again. They were glowing brighter now. The small orbs above moved slowly around the ceiling. He felt dizzy watching them. He closed his eyes again and tried to think of Olivia's face. He needed to stay awake, but his body felt heavy. Back in space, Olivia Brooks sat at her control desk. She looked at Ethan's last signal on the screen. The line was dead now, just static. She frowned and tapped the screen. "Come on, Ethan," she whispered. "Where are you?" Nathan Ross, her commander, walked up behind her. "Any sign?" Olivia shook her head. "No, the signal died hours ago. I think he went down to the surface." Nathan looked at the data. "We can't break the treaty. That moon is under alien watch." Olivia stood up. "I don't care about the treaty. Ethan is out there. He would look for me." Nathan sighed. "I'll see what I can do, but we need proof he is alive." "He's alive," Olivia said. "I know it." She turned back to the screen. She started scanning the moon for any sign of heat or movement. She did not care if it took all night. She would not stop until she found him. Back in the stone hut, Ethan forced himself to stand. "Lyra, I need to fix my shuttle. Please help me." Lyra looked at him with sad eyes. "No, Ethan, stay. I will keep you safe." He shook his head. "I can't stay." Lyra stepped closer and placed her hand on his chest. "You are weak. The forest will eat you." Ethan looked into her eyes. He saw something there. A small flicker of fear, or maybe guilt. "Why do you want me to stay so badly?" Lyra did not. Ethan opened his eyes slowly. He did not know how long he had pretended to sleep. The fire was lower now, and the small room felt colder. He turned his head and saw Lyra sitting near the door. She was looking outside into the dark forest. Her back was to him. He knew he had to move quietly. He pushed the blanket away and sat up. His head felt heavy, but his mind was clear. He looked around the room for anything he could use. He saw a small metal tool on the shelf. He grabbed it and slipped it into his pocket. He moved closer to the wall and looked at the symbols again. They seemed to watch him, their soft glow moving with the shadows. He needed to find his way back to the shuttle. He needed to find a way to send a signal to Olivia. He stood up slowly, careful not to make a sound. Lyra did not move. She was still watching the dark trees. Ethan took one step, then another. He reached the door and looked outside. The forest looked different at night. The glowing trees were brighter, but their light made deep shadows too. He could hear soft sounds in the distance, like whispers or small animals moving. He did not care. He had to try. Ethan stepped outside and felt the cold air on his face. He turned back to look at Lyra. She had not moved. He started to walk down the path, staying low. He felt weak, but kept moving. He pushed through the tall grass and followed the same path he had used before. Suddenly, he heard a soft voice behind him. "Ethan." He froze. He turned slowly. Lyra was standing on the path. Her green eyes glowed in the dark. She looked sad but calm. "Where are you going?" she asked softly. "I need to fix my shuttle," Ethan said. "I can't stay here." Lyra stepped closer. "You are not ready. The forest is dangerous." "I'll take my chances," Ethan said. He reached for the small tool in his pocket. He did not know if he would use it, but he felt better holding it. Lyra stopped a few steps away. "You are safe with me. Out there, you will die." "Why do you care so much?" Ethan asked. "What are you hiding from me?" Lyra's eyes changed. For a second, Ethan saw something behind her calm face. Her skin seemed to shimmer. He saw scales under the silver glow. Her smile faded. "Please, Ethan, come back inside," she said. "You need rest." Ethan shook his head. "No, I'm going." Lyra reached out to touch him. Ethan stepped back. "Don't," he said. "Stay back." She lowered her hand. Her eyes looked sad again. "I do not want to hurt you," she said softly. "Then let me go," Ethan said. He turned and started to walk faster. He heard Lyra's soft footsteps behind him. He did not look back. He pushed through the trees and followed the glow. The forest felt alive. He heard soft whispers. The leaves moved without wind. He kept moving. His legs felt heavy, but he did not stop. Behind him, Lyra called his name again. "Ethan, please." He ignored her and kept going. He saw the edge of the forest ahead. He ran, but his legs were too weak. He fell to his knees. The ground was cold and wet. He looked up and saw the sky. The stars were bright. He thought about Olivia. He hoped she was looking for him. Lyra knelt beside him. She touched his shoulder. "You can't leave," she whispered. "It's not safe." "Why?" Ethan asked. "What is this place?" Lyra looked at the trees. "This is our home. We keep the old ways. We need you to stay." Ethan felt anger and fear. "Why me?" Lyra did not answer. She touched his face. Her skin felt cold. Ethan pushed her hand away. "No, I'm going." He tried to stand, but Lyra held his arm. She was stronger than she looked. Ethan pulled the tool from his pocket and held it up. "Let me go." Lyra looked at the tool. She did not look scared. She let go of his arm and stood up. "You will come back," she said softly. "The forest always brings you back." Ethan did not listen. He stood and ran. He did not look back. He ran until his legs gave out again. He fell near a small pool of water. He looked into the water and saw his own face. He saw the stars above. He felt tears in his eyes. He wanted to go home. He drank from the pool and rested for a moment. He heard soft sounds behind him. He turned and saw shadows between the trees. Small shapes moved closer. He did not know if they were animals or something else. He held the tool tight. He saw a small cave nearby. He crawled inside and hid in the dark. He listened to the forest. The whispers were louder now. He closed his eyes and thought of Olivia. He needed to stay awake. He needed to find the shuttle. He needed to live. Far above, Olivia was still at her desk. She looked at the map of the moon. She saw small heat spots. She marked them one by one. "I'll find you, Ethan," she whispered. Commander Nathan walked in. "Any sign?" "Something," Olivia sighed. "I'm going down there." Nathan shook his head. "It's not safe." "I don't care," Olivia said. "He's my friend. I'm not leaving him." Nathan looked at her and saw the fire in her eyes. "Okay, we go together." Back in the cave, Ethan heard the shadows move away. He looked outside. The forest was quiet again. He crawled out and looked at the stars. He thought about Lyra's eyes. He thought about her cold touch. He knew now she was hiding something. He needed to find the truth. He needed to get home. He stood up and walked into the dark trees. The forest watched him, but he did not stop. He would not give up. He would not be food for the dark. He would fight. He would survive. Ethan woke. Up in the cave, his body felt stiff and cold. He could hear the soft sounds of the forest outside. He sat up and looked around. The cave was small, just big enough for him to lie down. The floor was hard stone. He touched the small tool in his pocket. It made him feel less alone. He crawled to the cave opening and looked outside. The forest was still glowing. A strange blue light made the trees look like ghosts. Ethan felt a chill run down his back. He thought about Lyra. He thought about her cold touch and her sad eyes. He knew now she was not harmless. He knew she was hiding something big. Ethan stood up and walked out of the cave. His legs felt weak, but he forced them to move. He needed to find his shuttle. He needed to get away from this place. He followed the path between the trees. The forest was quiet, but he felt like it was watching him. He walked for a long time. He did not know how far he had gone when he saw something ahead. It was a stone wall, half hidden by tall grass and glowing plants. Strange symbols were carved into the stones. Ethan touched them. They felt warm under his fingers. He looked around and saw a small entrance. He stepped inside. The air was damp and cold. The walls were covered in more symbols. Small orbs floated above him, giving off soft light. Ethan moved deeper into the stone chamber. He heard soft voices. He hid behind a stone pillar and listened. Saw Lyra. She was not alone. Other figures stood around her. They looked like her, but older. Their skin shimmered, and their eyes glowed in the dim light. They spoke in a soft language Ethan did not understand. He leaned closer. One of the old aliens looked at Lyra. His voice was deep and calm. "He is strong," the old alien said in a slow voice. "He will help us live longer." Lyra looked down. "He trusts me," she said softly. "He is kind." "It does not matter," the old alien said. "He is human. They come and go. We stay. We need him." Ethan felt his heart race. He understood now. They wanted to use him. He stepped back, but his foot hit a loose stone. The sound echoed in the chamber. The aliens turned to look. Lyra's eyes found him in the dark. She looked sad and scared. "Ethan," she said, "please come out." Ethan stepped out from behind the sind pillar. He held the small tool in his hand. "What are you doing?" he asked. His voice was shaking. "What do you want from me?" The old alien stepped forward. His eyes glowed bright. "You are a gift. You give us your life. We stay strong." Ethan felt sick. "You're going to kill me?" Lyra stepped closer. "No," she said. "Not kill. Share?" Ethan looked at her. "Share? You mean drain me." Lyra looked at the floor. "It is our way. We take life to stay alive." "No," Ethan shouted. "I won't do it." The old alien lifted his hand. "You do not have a choice." Two other aliens moved toward him. Ethan stepped back and held the tool up. "Stay back." Lyra ran to him and grabbed his arm. "Please, Ethan, do not fight. It will not hurt." Ethan pulled his arm away. "No, you lied to me. You made me trust you." Lyra's eyes filled with tears. "I did not want to hurt you. I liked you. You were kind to me." The old alien raised his hand again. "Take him." The two aliens grabbed Ethan's arms. He fought, but they were strong. They pulled him to the center of the chamber. There was a stone altar there, smooth and cold. They forced him down onto it. He kicked and shouted, but they held him tight. Stood by his side. She touched his face. "I am sorry," she whispered. "Forgive me." Ethan looked at her. "Help me." "Please, don't do this." Lyra looked at the old alien. "There must be another way." "No," the old alien said. "We are old. We need him." Ethan struggled, but could not break free. He felt cold metal touch his skin. Small, sharp tools pressed against his arms. He felt a sharp pain. The world spun. His eyes closed for a second. He heard the soft chanting of the aliens. He felt his strength fade in his mind. He saw Olivia's face. He saw her smile. He heard her voice calling his name. He could not give up. He forced his eyes open. Lyra was still beside him. Her eyes were full of tears. "Lyra," he whispered. "Please." Lyra looked at him. She touched his hand. She looked at the old alien and the others. "Stop," she said. "Let him go." "No," the old alien said. "It is done." Lyra's eyes changed. For the first time, Ethan saw anger there. She turned and pushed the old alien back. The others hissed and moved toward her. Lyra stood over Ethan and held out her hands. "Go," she said. "Run." Ethan felt the sharp tools fall. Ethan ran through the glowing forest. His feet hit the soft ground hard. His breath came out in quick gasps. He did not look back. He knew if he did, he would see the shadows behind him. He could hear their voices in the dark, whispering his name. He did not stop. His arms hurt where the sharp tools had touched him. He felt weak, but forced himself to move faster. He needed to find his shuttle. He needed to find Olivia. He needed to get away from this nightmare. The forest seemed to change around him. The trees moved, or maybe it was just his tired mind playing tricks. He pushed through tall grass and strange glowing vines. His hand brushed one of the vines, and it burned his skin. He pulled away and kept going. He saw a small light ahead. At first, he thought it was the aliens. He stopped behind a tree and watched. The light flickered like a small fire. He stepped closer and saw that it was a broken piece of his shuttle. It lay half buried in the dirt, the small lights on its side blinking weakly. Ethan knelt beside it. He touched the broken metal. It was cold under his fingers. He looked around. If this part was here, the rest of the shuttle could not be far. He stood up and listened. He heard soft footsteps behind him. He turned fast and saw Lyra. She stood in the soft blue light, her face pale and sad. "Ethan," she said, "please listen." Ethan stepped back. "Stay away from me." Lyra held up her hands. "I helped you. I let you go." "You lied to me," Ethan said. "You wanted to use me." Lyra's eyes filled with tears. "I had no choice. My people are dying. Without life, we turn to dust." "Then take your people and leave me alone," Ethan said. He turned away and walked past her. But Lyra followed him. "Please," she said. "You will not find your shuttle alone. The forest changes. It hides the path. I can show you." Ethan stopped. He knew she might be telling the truth. He was too tired to fight the forest alone. He turned and looked at her. "Why should I trust you?" Lyra stepped closer. "Because I owe you. You were kind to me when no one else was." Ethan looked at her eyes. He saw something there. Regret, maybe, or fear. He sighed. "Okay, show me." "But if you try anything, I won't," Lyra said. She turned and pointed into the trees. "This way." They walked together. Ethan kept a few steps behind her. He held the small tool tight in his hand. He watched the shadows. He heard soft whispers, but tried to ignore them. After some time, they reached a small hill. Lyra stopped and pointed. "Your shuttle is just beyond that hill," she said. "You can fix it and go home." Ethan looked at her. "Why are you really helping?" "Hmm?" Lyra looked down. "Because I do not want to be like them anymore." Before Ethan could say anything, they heard loud sounds behind them. Dark shapes moved between the trees. The other aliens were coming. They saw Lyra and Ethan and hissed like angry snakes. "Run," Lyra said. Ethan ran up the hill. Lyra followed him. At the top, Ethan saw his shuttle. It was broken, half covered in dirt and vines, but it was there. Hope filled his chest for the first time in days. He ran to the shuttle and opened the side hatch. The inside smelled like metal and dust. He climbed in and looked for the radio. It was cracked, but maybe still working. He turned the knobs with shaking hands. The lights flickered. He heard static. Come on, he whispered Dot outside. Lyra stood at the hatch. Hurry, they are coming. Ethan heard soft footsteps. He looked out and saw the shadows moving closer. The other aliens were almost there. He turned back to the radio. Olivia, this is Ethan, he said. Please hear me, please. Static, then a soft voice. Ethan, is that you? Ethan felt tears in his eyes. Olivia, it's me. I need help. Hold on, Ethan, Olivia said. We're coming. Just hold on. Ethan looked at Lyra. They're coming. Lyra smiled a small, sad smile. Good. Go home. The first alien reached the shuttle and hissed. Lyra turned to face it. She stepped forward and blocked its path. The aliens spoke to her in their soft language. Lyra shook her head. No, she said. He goes home. The alien lunged at her. Lyra moved fast. She pushed it back. Another alien grabbed her arm. Lyra fought them. Ethan watched from the hatch. He wanted to help, but he knew he could not fight them. He needed to get the shuttle ready. He found a small power cell under the seat. He connected it to the radio. The lights came on brighter. He heard Olivia's voice clear now. Ethan, R. You safe? Not yet, Ethan said. Hurry, they're here. Outside, Lyra fought two aliens. She moved like a shadow, fast and strong, but there were too many. One of them knocked her to the ground. Ethan stepped out of the shuttle and grabbed metal rod. He swung it at the alien closest to Lyra. It hit the alien's back. The alien turned and hissed at Ethan. Run, Ethan! Lyra shouted. She pushed the alien away from him. Another alien lunged at Ethan. He ducked and swung the rod again. He felt. His arms burned with pain, but he did not stop. A loud sound filled the air. Ethan looked up and saw a bright light in the sky. A small human dropship was coming down through the trees. He heard Olivia's voice in his ear. Ethan, get ready. The dropship landed near the shuttle. The door opened. Olivia stood there with Nathan and two other soldiers. They held weapons pointed at the aliens. Ethan! Olivia shouted. Come on! Ethan ran to the dropship. He turned back and saw Lyra on the ground. She looked at him, her eyes full of pain. Come with me, Ethan shouted. Lyra shook her head. No, this is my place. Go. The aliens moved toward Ethan. Olivia and the soldiers fired their weapons. The aliens hissed and fell back into the shadows. Ethan reached Lyra and knelt beside her. Thank you, he said. I'm sorry. Lyra touched his face. Go home, Ethan. Live. Ethan stood up and ran to the dropship. Olivia grabbed his arm and pulled him inside. The door closed behind him. The dropship lifted off the ground. Ethan looked out the small window. He saw Lyra's pale face in the trees. Then she was gone. He sat on the floor of the dropship and closed his eyes. Olivia sat beside him and held his hand. You're safe now, she said. You're going home. Ethan felt the weight leave his chest. For the first time in days, he let himself believe it. He was going home. The dropship rose higher and higher, above the glowing forest. Ethan sat on the cold floor, his back against the wall. His hands shook. He looked at Olivia, who sat next to him. She held his hand tight. She did not let go. Nathan and the two soldiers stood near the door, their eyes on the forest below. No one spoke for a while. The soft hum of the dropship filled the silence. Ethan felt every bruise on his body. His arms hurt where the sharp tools had touched him. His head felt heavy, but his mind was clear now. He was safe. He was alive. Olivia looked at him and smiled. "You're okay now," she said softly. "You did good." Ethan looked at her face. "I thought I would never see you again." Olivia squeezed his hand. "You're not that easy to lose, Ethan." Nathan stepped closer. "What happened down there?" he asked. "We saw strange life signs. Then you disappeared." Ethan took a deep breath. It was an old place, old people, aliens who hide under the forest. They needed. He stopped. He thought about Lyra's eyes. They needed life. "They wanted mine," Nathan frowned. "They tried to drain you?" Ethan nodded. "Yes, but Lyra helped me. She saved me." "Lyra?" Olivia asked. "Who is Lyra?" "An alien," Ethan said. "She looked human. She was not like the others." Olivia's eyes softened. "Did she make you trust her?" "Yes," Ethan said. "But she was kind. She saved me in the end." Nathan crossed his arms. She was still part of it. Ethan looked at him. "She gave me a chance to live. I would be dead without her." Nathan said nothing. The dropship flew higher. They could see the dark side of the moon now, quiet and cold. The main ship waited above in orbit. Ethan felt relief when he saw it through the small window. The pilot's voice came through the speakers. "We will dock in 5 minutes. Get ready." Ethan closed his eyes for a moment. He felt the pain in his arms and the heavy feeling in his chest. He remembered Lyra's sad smile. He wondered if she was still alive down there. He hoped she was. Dropship docked with a soft thud. The door opened. Bright lights and clean metal walls greeted Ethan. Medical staff waited with stretchers. They helped him stand. Olivia stayed by his side, her hand never leaving his. They moved through the narrow hallways. People stared at Ethan. Some whispered. He knew he looked rough. Dirt on his clothes, cuts on his arms, tired eyes. But he did not care. He was home. The doctor checked him in the med bay. They cleaned his wounds and gave him water. Olivia sat on a small chair, watching him the whole time. She did not speak much. Her eyes said enough. When the doctor left, Olivia moved closer. "Tell me the truth," she said. "What did they do to you?" Ethan looked at his arms. Small marks ran up and down his skin. "They used my life to stay alive," he said. "They did it slowly. It felt like my strength was leading me." Olivia touched his hand. "But you stopped them." "Lyra stopped them," Ethan said. "She fought them so I could run." Olivia looked down. "Do you think she made it?" Ethan thought about the glowing forest, the stone chamber, the soft whispers. "I don't know," he said. "I hope she did." They sat in silence for a while. The soft hum of the ship made Ethan feel calm. He was safe inside metal walls, away from the dark trees and the cold stone. He was where he belonged. Nathan walked in. He stood at the end of the bed. "We need a report," he said. "Everything you remember." Ethan nodded. "I'll write it all down." Nathan's eyes softened. "Rest first. You did good, Ethan." When Nathan left, Olivia stood up. "I'll get you some real food," she said. "You need it." Ethan watched her leave.